Hey guys, welcome back to the layout once again. You probably noticed, for those of you who have been following along, I missed my weekly update this week, and I was going to justify that by uploading this update video, this kind of normal layout update. And I was kind of wishing I actually had more done, but nonetheless I have completed a bit. I just wasn't able to work today, and today I'd planned to finish a little bit more, but I wasn't able to get any more sub-roadbed today. But if you look around, you can see I put in quite a bit of sub-roadbed on the lower level here in the industrial area. This is where all the tracks and stuff will go. I apologize it's so cluttered. I've been working, and as you know, space fills up really quickly. But I got that sub-roadbed all the way back here and up to the drop bridge along the wall there. And the reason that I started to put that in is that right about where those scissors are, there will be a turnout where we'll have a siding that will wrap all the way along the existing main line, as you just saw. That siding will be on the inside of these auto racks, and then kind of where that turnout you see is right there, that'll be where the other end of the siding is. And then off of that siding we'll have a kind of an interchange track and then a bunch of industry tracks as well. And then you can see on the upper level as well, if I come down here, I've started laying upper level sub-roadbed too. I just need to finish this small portion here with that really thin plywood. That'll come all the way across here, and once that's in, then that'll kind of bridge the gap between where we left off with our cork there, and then we'll be able to keep laying that along our main line here, which is climbing up grade at this point. I got it all the way along this wall here, coming up grade across this section. This is just in here as a mock-up, but I'll come in next with some more. What I'm actually using, and I kind of talk about this in the construction video that's coming up, this is drywall. So I don't know, this is the point in the video where the old white men who clearly have figured everything out tell me that I'm doing everything wrong. So I can't wait for those comments. But drywall for me honestly has worked wonderfully. It's really easy to work with, and it makes the process very quick, and actually it makes it fun. So anyway, I need to pick up some more of this stuff, and then once I do, I'll bring that across our span here, which I just recently put in. So this is a stationary, section that does not come out, unlike the lower level, but this is up enough that it's really easy to duck under, so that should be no problem. And I'll continue that sub-roadbed on the upper level. You'll see I actually have a section in right here. And this is kind of a really, not really steep, but one of the more steep sections on the layout at a 3% grade. So this is kind of like a really steep incline of a hill here. And this whole thing's Crawford Hill, so I'll talk in upcoming updates, probably very soon. I'll talk about kind of scenery elements that I want to incorporate. But I decided through here, because of the thoughts that I put into scenery, this is just going to be a tangent section of railroad. We'll have two tracks, the inside one being the main line, and then we also have a far track. That one, the siding for that, sorry I'm turning around quickly, siding for that will start here. There will be a turnout. There will be two tracks across this bridge here. They'll work their way up grade, around the curve, and then they'll meet up over here. So I still need to put in that section of sub-roadbed, but it just seemed easier to put this in first, and that way I'm not doing guesswork over here. But anyway, that siding will continue this way, and then actually right about at the point where this portion ends, that far track will cut through the backdrop and then tie in with the main line on the other side of the backdrop, which is the other side of the peninsula, and that will act as kind of a balloon reverse track. So if you're on that far track going up grade, you'll come back around on the other side, and now you're coming down grade, and vice versa. You could go upgrade on the close track and then loop around on the other side. And of course, that's just an option. The main line on the other side will also continue down that way on the other side of the divider, and then go back into the staging room as well. But the reverse track is just for me when I'm running trains by myself or with another person, not a full operating session. That'll give us the flexibility of continually running trains. So anyway, the sub-roadbed is coming along quite nicely. As I said, just need to pick up a couple more sheets, and then I will be on my way finishing the upper level. Up next, I probably need to do a little extension out here on the end of the peninsula to support the sub-roadbed that'll kind of bow out here. So that won't be too hard, just need to work on that in the next couple of days. And then coming down this way, I went to the National Train Show last weekend, which was here in my hometown of Indianapolis. Picked up a couple of cars. I got Scale Train's new Trinity Leasing 31,000 gallon crude oil tanker, which looks amazing. I'm really excited to have this car, and hopefully we'll build a decent fleet of these, and eventually we'll run a full unit train of those. But for now, this will look good mixing with other cars. And we can see I kind of already have a stand-in for a buffer car here, so you can kind of imagine eventually, if you can imagine that there are more cars behind it, that'll be a pretty cool looking train. Also got a Atlas Trainman bulkhead flat car here, so I'll do a little bit of weathering on that, maybe put a cool load on it, and that'll be a really nice modern car to have in merchandise service. And then as well as those cars, I picked up a decoder that just a standard mobile Digitrax decoder that I put in this ST70 Max. So now this locomotive is up and running, and I can't wait to get the mainline in because it's a beautiful runner, and I'm just going to keep these units consistent together because they look good. And I'll probably use the train as is, as a test train, and I'll just run it, looping it multiple times just to kind of, one, break this engine in and make sure there aren't any flaws in the track work or anything. But so you'll see that running. Maybe I'll make a running video soon. But it's good to have that powered up as well. And then also, sorry, I left these things on the ground, so I'm going to have to reach down and grab it. But while we were at the train show, also picked up another building. So this is the Central Beverage Distributors. And this building will go right about where you see it in the peninsula. And what we're going to do is use the office building portion, and then basically if you like took a saw and cut the front half of the loading bay area, the front half of that building will be kind of on this side. We're going to rotate the office building 90 degrees. Those will be paired together, and then the far end of the loading bays will butt up against the large paper mill building, which will be where all the rail cars, and that'll be kind of like the receiving area for rail cars and whatnot, and that'll all kind of go in this area. It'll be a pretty large complex, so it'll take up some space. And then the rest of the industries that you see below, like those loading racks and the trucking company, and then we'll also build a grain facility. All that will go along here where you see the new sub-roadbed. Once I clean that up, I'll be able to play around with some track work and kind of figure out the arrangement that we want. But really, I think the layout's coming together quite nicely. So right now, my main focus is getting the rest of the sub-roadbed in on the upper level. And once I do that, I just have to order more track and cork and then install it. And then it's just a matter of, I guess, filling in the rest of the track work and getting everything running. So once I get the full mainline in, that'll really allow me to kind of expand from there, and that'll be a pretty big milestone. So I'll have plenty of videos of trains running then when that happens, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And then I also need to work on the framework back in the staging room because we need to do the upper level staging yard. But probably before I do that, I'll at least get the sub-roadbed up to the wall over there and install the track, and then I'll wrap up the upper level staging yard after that. And then I'll just flesh out the rest of the track work, as I said, with industries and then the yard tracks as well. And then I also, one of the final pieces of sub-roadbed that I need to do is over here where the engine facility will eventually be. So I just need to fill in this huge hole, and then we'll be on our way working on some buildings and track work and all that good stuff. I'll have to think about signaling as well. So I'm in a really good place right now. It was good to get some work done these past few days. I'm finally back at it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll have plenty more videos soon, so for that reason, keep your eyes open, and I'll see you guys next time.